Cody, what's up with you, baby?
What's up, man? I can't let y'all start without me. I had to get in on this.
Man, we've been there. We've been here about an hour now, man.
I know my neighbor caught me across the street.
You had to get
Yeah.
on that.
Hey,
How you doing there, sir?
Cody, Rudy, Cody.
What's going
How you
on,
doing,
partner?
sir?
How you doing?
Hey, so we have segued over to long-term relationships, but I have not asked the question yet of do you feel that it's a real thing that men get bored with their wives?
Hmm. 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 That's a good one. That's a good one.
So I mean, a lot of people lean toward it because
I can say get.
shit, married men watch more porn than anything. You know what I mean?
I bet
I,
if
I I I can get agree with that because you know I guess when you look at it when you get in the merge, if she wasn't performing like the porn star before, of course you're gonna be bored. But if she's performing like that when y'all met, then I don't think you can get bored. I can think you can get used to something. It's a big difference between getting used and being bored.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all have this thing called tolerance for everything. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You smoke a bunch of weed, first time you smoke it, hey man, you gonna be pretty high, you know. But you
Yeah,
smoke
yeah,
that
yeah.
same weed 2 weeks later, same amount, guess what? You ain't gonna be
Mm,
as high no more. You know,
true.
after a
That's true.
year of smoking the same weed, you like, man, it's like a cigarette now. You've built a tolerance for
But
it.
I'm not going to expect myself to perform like I did when I was 20 years old. When I'm in my 50s, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I
I
gotta
mean,
look at it.
I
Can I
don't think
get bored? I guess you can get bored, but it's hard to say at this age now. Now, if I was in my 20s, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get bored because I'm gonna want variety of everything. That's just
uh-huh.
the greed in me at that time. That vigor,
So,
I'm young.
so earlier
But
today we talked about how many days is in 19 years.
god damn. Just do 365 times 19. There you go. Shit.
facts.
That's a long
No,
goddamn time.
6,935 days.
How many days again?
6,935 days
God damn.
is in 19 years.
Hmm.
I'm coming up on my 19th year.
God dang.
So for
Look,
19 years, I haven't slept with another woman.
There's
And
some people that went
to be
19
honest,
years and never slept with nobody, but I got you.
let me
I
yeah,
think of who I.
sandpaper.
So the
All I
last
hear
person I slept
is
with,
Timberwolves.
other than my wife, I won't say her name, but she was a Jamaican nurse.
be
Up
funny.
in, shout out to you, Shorty. I mean, I remember you. I left her out on the stairs one time. I was in the house sleep. She was.
Right, right,
I
right.
got up in the morning to go to work, and she was sleeping on the stairs. I'm sorry, Shorty. I apologize.
God damn.
But she was cool though. She was cool though. I remember her though. She was a Jamaican
Who
chick.
the fuck ain't gonna remember somebody sleeping on the stairs?
Hey, yeah. So hey, that was the last person I had sex with, other than my wife.
Okay.
Shortly thereafter, I moved to
Yeah, man.
moved to Georgia, and decided I was going to be monogamous, and we made the thing happen, man. I was 23 years old. Matter of fact,
I
my wife had
applaud,
to
I
get rid of
applaud
this.
you for that. I
My
applaud you for that.
my wife had to get rid of this chick. She kept calling me while I was in Georgia.
Oh damn.
She didn't want to hear it. She like, nah, you ain't going nowhere. Nah, shorty, listen. So next time she called me, I had my wife answer. Relationship over with. But so for 19 years, give or take, not quite 19 years yet, but we've been waking up to each other every
Right.
day, give or take some days. He's out of town and things like that. I fell asleep on the couch, or she fell asleep on the couch, type shit like that. But I have been laying with this woman for 19 years, the better part of 19 years. And I'm very happy. But you muted, bro. He must be on the phone or something. But
Yeah, he must be on the phone.
So, but for in that aspect, again, shout out to Shawana, man. But she done dealt with my bullshit. She done dealt with my, I done dealt with her bullshit. You know what I mean? It
Right.
happened. But I say that because there was when my wife sent me a video, and the guy, she asked him, she said, "Why don't you touch me no more?" And he said, "Because you really not it no more. I want some variety now. I don't want to just touch you."
That sounds like that person is already out of it. They don't.
Nah,
They
because
don't.
he didn't want to leave the relationship. He just
Shit, after saying something cruel like that, it sound like he wanted out. Like you ain't it. You ain't it no more. You
so
think she
that's
gonna
what I'm
take that
saying.
shit lightly?
Can you be in a good relationship and not be attracted to her no more? Is there a possibility for that? I mean, put yourself in my shoes. Let's say I woke up 10 days from now and I stopped being attracted to my wife. I'm not attracted to her no more. She just don't do it for me no more.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Do you say, you know what? All right, because that's one aspect of a relationship. It's not all of them. She ain't stopped learning how to cook. She ain't stopped being the person she was. She's just
right.
I'm not attracted no more, or vice versa.
Right.
So, what do? Do you leave the relationship because the sex ain't gonna be the same?
Well, let's go back to your contract. The contract should to keep you straight enough when it's worse, not because you feel like you bored. You have one out.
That's true. Say for better for worse.
So
I'm wearing there and say it.
Yeah. So
it ain't on the first page.
yeah. Rich and poor. That seems like nobody want to talk about that part though. You know, because most marriages end because of finances anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's on page 3 back there.
So that's a deep one to think about there. Or do you get bored? I feel as though if you're getting bored, that means you didn't have any discipline for marriage to begin with.
You think
because
so?
you already had the insight that things ain't gonna always be peachy keen all the time. You know what I'm saying?
But think about it like this. What are you into now that you was into when you was 23? What has changed? Has some things changed? Things that used to have you with goosebumps, and now it's like,
well, stamina gonna change. I mean, I like to believe I'm not saying 20-year-old motherfucker where my ass touch the back of my neck when I'm in it. But then
the day you turn 30. Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying things that you were into. Like, did you play chess and you used to find it exhilarating, and then now it's like, I'll never do that. Find it exhilarating.
I agree with you. It was a time that I got goosebumps on certain type of cars I drove.
There you go. Because now it's like,
it's just whatever, man. Whatever.
Now.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The point I'm making is we change as humans. As we get older, we change. My wife has gotten a little more emotional than she was when she was in her 20s. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Things that didn't bother her before, now she finds herself thinking about a little more. You know what I mean?
Well, you gotta remember they start to go through that thing that
yeah, exactly. So we change.
Where they get the hot flashes and stuff. So
what if I change and say, shit, I don't even like her no more? Oh, attracted wise, anyway.
Only thing I can say is prepare for the consequences. That's the only thing I can say.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm reading this right here. I mean, what do you mean? If you want me to answer the question, to address, they indicate an address boredom, which I said earlier, so to speak. You can try to open up a new line of communication with your partner. Remember I said my code that I live by is 3 things in order: loyalty, communication, and peace. In other words, peace. Yeah. I mean, trust is embodied.
Yeah, I hear that.
So in all actuality, my thing right is this: if you have problems with certain situations, a lot of people, like I said again, they'll go ahead and say, "Well, my man's not going to understand that. Oh, he's not And no, he's not 20 anymore. He's 50. So he's not as doing as much as he was before. But I'm gonna talk that with my girlfriend and talk to her versus
like I said, bro, those women have problems in their relationships, period.
Bro,
they have problems.
It could be a time that when she tried to speak to a man and he spazzed up. Yo, I'm doing what I'm doing, da 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 da. And then she like, oh,
he was being emotional.
Yeah, he
hurt his feelings.
He's exactly.
Yeah, she hurt his feelings. I'm gonna need him to be more of a man and be able to talk to your girl about it. Be able to listen to things that you come short on. Short on. It takes a man to say, yeah, I ain't nowhere, like he said earlier. I ain't doing what I used to do in my 20s.
Right.
There's motherfuckers out there that's 60 in their 60s think they can still do it. You can't.
Yeah, I like to believe I can go play on the basketball court like that. Shit.
You just can't do it.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like so when you have a relationship where that woman would rather go talk to her friends, then she has a bad relationship. We don't want to talk about her. She has a terrible relationship. We don't want to talk about her. I want to talk about strong relationship.
Yeah, everything should be in-house anyway. You shouldn't be discussing. She shouldn't be discussing.
If you can't talk to your man or trust that he's gonna try to give you the chance to understand it, then guess what? You need not be in that relationship. Yeah. And then if you can't take constructive criticism from the woman you lay with every day, you need not be
or vice versa. Or vice versa, yeah.
You need to be able to take that constructive criticism from that person at least above all else.
Right.
And say, hey, yeah, all right.
When we say long-term relationships, I mean, we are aware that people are human beings, and time to time, a human being can lose interest in their spouse.
Yeah.
Like, man, I got married to this dude, man, and this, this ain't even working for me right now.
What's your longest relationship ever?
6 years.
6 years. So in that 6 years, what about you, Cody? What's your longest relationship, Cody?
About the same 5-6 years.
All right, so in them 6 years.
So the statute of limitations, we ain't make it 7 years.
Yeah, I make it. Yeah.
Not, Maryland don't recognize that, man. Only Commonwealth states.
No.
If we was in Virginia would have got you.
No. What I'm saying is, statute of limitations, in other words, relationships in the black community.
Okay. Yeah, you saying relationships in the black community is doomed between 5 and 6 years.
If you get past 7 years, you're doing good. If you get
past
faithfully.
Well, I done fucked up too many times then. Shit.
You and I both.
Damn.
Because, at one time, our parents used to be together 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
So it dropped tremendously.
Yeah, mine was 10 months. Go ahead, man. I'm hearing it.
Man, let me look up the thing where they said.
Yeah. Commercial programs last longer than my marriage, man. Go ahead, I'm listening.
They said that
wasn't the stove top. The
stick
wasn't.
Darby, if you check in the future, they said that I forgot when I read that that is it 2030 or is it 2050? By 2050, a marriage rate is going to plummet to like 1 or 2%.
I'm surprised it's not already there.
Like, people ain't gonna be getting married.
Because 70% of divorces are initiated by women anyway.
Well, I thought it was 80. I thought it was higher than 70.
Why do you think that is?
Oh, it's a whole lot of
things to it. Because the shift of power with the government, for one, it's a win-win. It's a win-win, like my man said, finance, but it's a win-win for the woman. Where do marriage benefit a man in this country? Ask yourself that. It doesn't.
Depends on who you marry.
Now you going by spiritual look, and I'm talking about that piece of paper that the state think that they supposed to be involved in. Because when you get married and you sign that paper, that contract is not just between you and that woman. That's between you, the woman, and the state.
I agree.
All three.
So they get to govern your marriage in the event of a divorce. You don't need a marriage certificate if you want to announce marriage. All you got to do is put it in the newspaper. I'm getting married, and anybody that dispute against it, you got 30 days to submit your dispute through the newspaper.
But the thing is, then you can't partake in this governmental life then.
As far as getting the Social Security and stuff like
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, then you can't
Now let's say it. That's great. That's great. That's no problem. Do I need? Do
benefits.
you need that? Do you need that stuff? I
No, you
don't
don't.
need it. I don't need it. But
Some people
some
do
of
need
us need it for our families to survive. Now,
that.
that's when you know you with somebody that's not in it to get what they can get and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So
I look at people like that, like the same people I look at people that are talking about their sovereign nation, but they live in Detroit. Like, listen, you are not a sovereign nation.
you're not sovereign. Sovereign and citizen can't even go together in a sentence.
Person living in a
Mhm.
sovereign nation, that person ain't using gas and electric. That person ain't using water through pipes. That person
No,
has created their own
you still on the grid. You still using their system.
exactly. So if you off the grid, then okay, yes, I
Mhm.
respect your sovereign nation. But the people
Right.
that say, "Oh yeah, I'm a sovereign," blah 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 blah, but I live down the street from me, get the fuck out of here. I don't have no fucking respect for you at all. You not.
Right. You can't claim that being aware of laws, rules, and regulations, the definitions of the words, that's different. But other than that, that sovereign stuff, no, man, I don't agree with none of that.
That's what I'm saying. So with the marriage thing, it's like, hey, I mean, I don't want to, but I want to be with this woman. I want to be with this woman, and for some reason, in her mind, she feels as though she needs to be married. Okay, I'll
Okay.
get married. I'll get married.
Now,
And that's why you get married. And men don't get married because we wanted to marry this woman because we emotionally attached to her and we love her so much. So I want to be married to her. No, we don't do that. It's not
no.
logical to be married. It is not a logical movement to say, yep, this is it. I need to get married now. No, that makes no sense logically. It's
I mean, well,
it's
we
actually lunacy. It's actually
if
to
you
wake
looking
up.
under how the West done decapitated the word marriage, yeah, I gotta agree with that because the Western hemisphere of the world has destroyed the family structure altogether, and they done so very well, very well.
Yeah, I mean, but it's an emotional thing.
Yeah,
You get married for emotional reasons. That's it. Simple. It's
true.
not there's no logical being in marriage. And I'm married for 19 years almost, or 18 years. You know what I'm saying? I've woke up for 6,935 days.
There you go. That's a
That's
long time.
insanity.
Congratulations.
You know what I'm saying? But I love her. She can cook. She make me feel good. I smile every time I see her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why not? Why would I not stay married? Why would I go out and mess with this little 30-year-old with a big old butt? Why? Why would I risk that?
It's a risk.
Sense to me. If you can, I've told my wife this. If somebody can explain to me and make cheating make sense to me, I might cheat. I don't do things that I don't agree with, that don't make sense to me.
Well,
But I got a
you
wife
did
that I can look at ass with her sitting next to me and point it out. We were
right.
riding past this Mexican girl, and I don't know where we was going. I think we might have been going to Rita's. But we riding through. I missed a turn, so I cut her through this new block, and I'm riding, and I guess there was a dog in the yard, and it was a whole family, I guess. I didn't see none of that. All I saw was the blue dress with the big ass. That's all I saw. So when I was riding, she said, "Oh, you see the little dog?" I said, "Baby, I'm gonna be honest. All I saw was the big. That's all I saw was the big
Yeah,
butt.
you ain't see that dog at all.
I didn't see
You
the
might have
dog.
heard that motherfucker bark, but you
No,
didn't see that dog.
nothing. All I saw was that big ass butt and that sundress. That's it. I didn't have to hide that from my wife. You know what I'm saying? I can tell her that, and she laugh about it and keep moving.
Right.
That ain't extra emotional. She know I ain't gonna drop her off and go get this chick or leave her. No way. Shorty lost. Why? Because when I saw the ass, what did I do? I kept on going to Rita's with my wife. And then I
Right.
went home with my wife, like moving on. What's the point?
That devil in the blue dress, you had to get away. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So like, why would I go out and get a chick that's going through my phone, or she's so jealous that she would be mad that I'm looking at something? I'm going to look. I'm a grown man. I'm gonna look.
But I'm gonna tell you something right here. I totally agree with you, man. And then you don't want your eyes torn out your head. You got to go ahead and do it right.
Yeah, you can do that,
It's
man.
the tone out your head.
I am
but
a
you,
cool master.
I'm on blackdemographics.com for black people, written for black people.
That's the thing.
And it's crazy what I'm reading right now. So they said the black marital status. They said black men are married at 33%. They said that divorce at 10%, widowed 3%. They said never married, meaning black men is never married, 52%. Never got married. Then they look at black women. They married at 20%, 27%, 13% divorce, and it's going up. 8% widowed, and they are never married at 48%. Now they are saying that there are some black women that will never be married. That's why
I agree.
some people want them to do polygamy.
And it's a shame because of their population, the ratio with black men. I mean, good gracious, it's almost double when you come to women as far as population of men in the world.
And I totally agree. Now, when we're talking about within the United States, we're not talking about abroad.
Okay, we stick within the United States.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not worried about that in America when it comes to population, because you got too many people that ain't married and they got 5 kids. So
because they chose their route. They chose that route.
We have a baby, but you look at the marriage status by race. They got Asians at 58% in the United States. Never married, 31%. They got Caucasians at 52%. Never married, 28%. You got Hispanics at 43% married. Never married, 43%. Well, then you got blacks at 30%. Never married, 50%. Yeah. So, and they said the numbers are going down in the black community.
Because in our population only represents about 18% of the population, 15 to 18% of the population, and that's not good. You gotta remember, even with whites, they represent at least almost 62% of the population of this country. You got my man. You checking all the stats there. Regardless of how we look at it, we at the lowest of the totem pole.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. And then also too, prior to you joining
you got Asians that's lower than that.
Excuse me. Prior to you joining the chat, me and Darby was talking in regards to the numbers, but my thing right here is this: once you add into the LBG.
Oh Lord, here we go with the alphabet crew, man. I'll be damned. Here we go.
59% white, and then 18% black. I mean, Hispanic or Latino. 12% black.
Yeah, I told people that the upper echelon will be whites right now. Then Hispanics, then come black. Sooner or later, I think the Asians gonna flop, and we're gonna be last. So now our words, like I said again,
we still too high, 12%. Now let's say they saying 12% of overall population, because they be sneaky on how they do statistics.
Yeah, of course.
Why don't we just say how many? They won't say how many homosexuals is in the black community. They won't isolate it to one color. You will never hear it like they're isolated to one color.
You can only go by the demographics based on who has came out and who is there. But they got a
gay radar, man. Just say it. They got a gay radar out there.
Non-Hispanic can be white, black, Asian. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they mix in these crazy. But again, you would have to. Why would I do that to let you in on my plan?
I'm hard on my sisters, man, because they the biggest promoters of this homosexual stuff. And
Bro,
I don't care who get mad about it. The statistics show it, TV show it. They give you a report every night at 11 o'clock. I mean, come on, it's real.
I talked earlier about drag queens.
Exactly. Yeah, he did.
Like,
he did bring it up.
You're making a mockery of both of us. Stop that shit. And then know, like I said, I've had people say, "Oh, well, they're not gay; they're just a drag queen." What?
What? I never had the urge to wear a dress, a kilt,
like
or anything in that manner. You know what I'm saying?
It's a 9 to 5. It's a job.
No, man. No. Nah, man. Nah. I can't. I'm not even rocking with that, man. I'm not even gonna give a person a pass. Whenever a homie of mine, look here, man. I ain't even being funny, man. I had a partner of mine. I ain't seen the dude in about 30 years. I think I was like 19, 20 years old. He played basketball like a Harlem Globetrotter. He was great at it, man. He was just good at it. He left Baltimore, went to Philly, became a coach up there in some college. And then all of a sudden, you'll leave his wife and children for a little white man.
How?
What the fuck happened? Did
he go to jail?
No, he didn't go to jail. His brother Chris, who was older than us, was like a man's brother, like a cool older brother. Yes, he tortured the fuck out of Keith when he was growing up. I mean, Keith probably hear me on this thing right now. Like, yo, I ain't even mean to say his name, but fuck it anyway.
We try not to say no names. So
it's too late now. This is my first time doing this shit. But anyway, it shocked me because I said, damn, man, I looked at him. He played sports so well. What made you decide to leave your wife and children for a man? You know, what the fuck? What the fuck got in your head? I mean, real talk. It ain't nothing. It ain't that much programming on TV that can make me do some fucking crazy shit like that in my life. Fuck no.
So do you say you grew up with him?
Yeah.
You ain't see no sign.
Man, I watched his brother throw a softball in the middle of the living room house in the man's chest.
Yeah, but see, listen. See,
that was done out of love, man. You know what I'm saying?
Being gay is soft, and it's not. Listen, these men take dicks in their ass, bro. They not soft.
Whoa, pause.
They not soft by any means. Pause. Gay men are not soft.
No, I didn't say he was soft.
I'm saying
because he can fight too.
Yeah, they can fight. But I'm saying any signs to like the nigga, his wrist was a little, you know, saying too loose, or the nigga like he never had no signs growing up. Because I had a friend too that you know came out when he was 30 years old.
Mm.
But we knew. We knew.
I don't got nothing against the man. That's your lifestyle that you chose.
Yeah.
And stuff. That's the lifestyle you chose and stuff. See, the only thing I have against that community is you trying to push your agenda on folks. Look, if that's what you want to do behind closed doors, that's what you do. You know, don't try to push it on my children. It don't have no reason to be in no goddamn school system. It don't have no reason being celebrated as a fucking holiday or none of that shit. It has none. Anybody can give me any ethical reason why you need for me to tell me that you're gay, which I don't give a fuck. That's your problem. Why do you feel as though you have to tell me?
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody can give me that answer. Not even none of them in that community can give me that answer.
I have an answer for you, though.
It's an agenda because he's trying to. When you promoting, you're recruiting.
Yeah, they want the attention. That's it. It's marketing. I need
all those folks that said they voted for Obama. Oh, he's a great president. That faggot ass fudge packer motherfucker. I mean, I guess you can get away with some of these words.
How is he a faggot, man? How did that happen? What did he do that was gay?
because he pushed the agenda very hard on the African continent when everybody thought he was over here doing good and slapping hands.
He's a Democrat. He's a Democrat. That's a
He's a
Democratic.
Democrat. I expected Demi-fags to do that. I expected them to do that.
Don't make him gay.
Republican. That's why I'm Republican.
That don't make him gay.
Fuck a Democrat all day long.
So then let me ask you this on a Democratic standpoint. So you say, I know your feelings on Democrats, and I know his feelings on Democrats. Y'all are very y'all are different but neither one of y'all like Democrats. But as an independent, you know what I'm saying? Like this nigga.
Oh man, hold up a piece of paper.
As an independent,
that man right there.
All democratic ways of life are not bad.
Now I might have to agree with you there, James. I know where you're going because I got a homeboy downtown that's with the Democratic Party. Work with Elijah Cummings. That's who I'm gonna call, as a matter of fact, to see if he can help me with them trees and stuff. But he me and him had a heart-to-heart talk, and he said, man, why you don't like the Democratic Party? I said, I understand what you're doing. You want to use it for the resources that they have that can help the people that really need help. I understand that. But do you honestly think that they're going to allow you to help people the way you want to help them? No. No. I'd rather give you enough to survive to keep you down low so that your ass don't move in my neighborhood and be hanging around my ass at all. That's how they carry it. Real talk. The Democratic Party has not imposed any civil rights legislation ever. It was always the Republicans. But these kids in school, they don't even know that shit. Because guess what? Their parents done taught them, vote Democrat. And tell me why. Because everybody thought Kennedy was their friend. Come on, man. Kennedy ain't do shit. He ain't do a goddamn thing for black people but shake Martin Luther King hand. Come on, man. We were just talking about that earlier today, dog. We were just talking about that. You really think that Malcolm was going to come to the Oval Office and be invited there? Fuck no. Y'all not letting this militant nigga in my office. And the White House would have been black before the 70s if he was ever came to that damn office. Trust me.
1963 to 1969, Lyndon Johnson.
Oh man, good gosh. No,
I will have them what do you call them? Ninjas.
Read it, bro.
I will have them ninjas voting Democrat for over 300 years.
Yeah, but you know that switch
just
actually
give them a little
happened
bit.
before
Just
him.
give them a little bit.
That happened way before him, bro. That democratic swing for blacks actually happened way before him. We talking about back when Calhoun was the leader of the states, the United.
And I here's another thing I want to interject, because we was talking about the LGBTQ community within our community.
It was designed for population control. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, we can say population control, but what are we talking about? And I need to break it down. I need to go do black demographics to see exactly what it breaks down by race. But I'm looking at 629,898 abortions were done in the United States. That's the average every year. So
we can talk about abortions on a different show.
If we want to talk about control of our community, well, like I said again, in Georgia, it showed they had I can send the video to you, dog, and let them look at it later. But it was a council lady, and she said that the black community killed more babies in 1 year than the Ku Klux Klan in Georgia, than the Ku Klux Klan did in whole existence.
Oh yeah, I can believe it.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean,
because,
I think it's
because it not only that, it was a fast, effective way, but at the time, look at it now. Look at how children are raised. Ain't no fathers in the home. Ain't no fathers been in the home for the last 60 years.
Illegitimacy is the word, man. They have illegitimate babies.
Yeah, I agree.
My grandson's daughter has 5 kids Okay, there's no way, okay, that she can take care of all of them kids.
No, she can't. They think because you put a plate of food in front of them that's taking care of kids. No, now you got to get to the nurturing
There's
and
no way
stuff. So
she's gonna miss some things. Some of those children are gonna grow up without the things that others had.
Excuse me, can I interject?
He ain't the only one. Yeah.
When I said 2019 was 6,200 and 6,200 6,029,898. Then I look at year 2020, 930,160 abortions in year 2020. That's almost 1 million kids. And so when the Democrats want to talk about this, the women makes it right over their bodies and da da da. I get it when you want to talk about cardinal crimes.
if you get rid of these programs,
but when we're talking about, I know this young lady she got 3 kids, 3 nice healthy kids, but she had 10 abortions in her lifetime. Mm-hmm. She had 13 kids. She aborted 10 of them. So if this mythological heaven that they talk about, which I don't believe in, is real, when she passes away and if she's able to go there, hey mom, the 10 of them will be already waiting when she coming. They already there. Hey,
how the fuck he did? So you gonna tell me it's gonna be some type of like deformed plasma? Let me stop, man.
What they gonna grow into?
Hey,
they weren't developed yet.
They're
not people. They're not people yet.
They're
not people, bro.
Like I said again, my whole thing is this: they might go into the point of, evolving to a child. To what's saying, no.
You can't say might, bro.
Listen, we don't know
when they
are. You let Hollywood get to you, man. You let
Hollywood. What are they?
They are.
They are nothing but a boogie.
They are a boogie organism.
They a boogie. It's a boogie. That's all the hell. It's done.
Is it living?
Huh?
Is it living? Does it have?
According to science that we created, yes, it is living.
No, actually, they say according to science, they say the laws try to say you're not living until you take that first breath.
Well, no,
that's what they say in the law.
So you got a heartbeat, so you're not living.
Science, it is living because
no, I agree. I might have to agree with what you're saying that you once you got a heartbeat, you are considered living.
Yes.
And people think because you don't have consciousness that you're not living. You got animals that live that's not conscious. They don't have a brain.
You're not
fully developed. So for one aspect, for somebody to consider somebody living and non-living, I'm gonna say from the act of conception that you're considered living. That's my opinion.
You're born. Now, if the Democrats start saying, you know what, you can abort your child after conception, then I will disagree with them. But they're not saying nothing about killing people. It's abortion. Listen, did they say on the statistics on how many of those abortions were things where women got raped by their fathers?
Those are cardinal things. I said that. I removed that.
All the time.
I removed
more
that.
than you
if you get rid of the social, if you get rid of the social for social, if you get rid of the social services program and stuff, far as
you might
WIC and all that, you will see a dramatic drop in unwanted pregnancies because no one will be able to rip the system like they do now.
But so then let me ask
because you were here, pussy control will come about very quick.
How many
Trust and believe it.
Just a safe word. How many women do you know in your life?
Meaning what?
Just give me a number.
Be intimate with?
How many women do you know? I mean, can you say I can think of this person? I know that person. How many women do you know?
I don't know.
Is it safe to say you know 100 women?
Families.
Do you know 100 women?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so you know 100 women.
Yes.
Out of those 100 women, how many of them were touched when they were children?
Well, I mean, they didn't open themselves.
I bet you it's more than 70% of them. It's almost harder to find a woman that wasn't touched when she was a child.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So this is among the
And boys too. Yeah, yeah.
boys too. So this happens a lot, and that's a lot of places where most of those abortions come from. Now, do a lot of them come from what Cody was saying? Some chick just want to get a check, and she gonna have a child, or she wasn't thinking that she ran with this dude and got illegitimately pregnant.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them out there.
But why shouldn't that woman have the right to say, "Yeah, I'm not ready to take care of this child"? The only thing I argue with abortion is
they should pay for
if
it.
a woman can choose to have an abortion,
then a man can choose to opt out.
whether to take care of the baby or not.
I
should
agree.
be able to choose.
But
that's her body. She can get an abortion. It's her decision. That's fine. Give me the decision to say I'm not taking care of that baby.
The state don't want to take care of it, so that's never gonna happen.
Well, then they're gonna have to figure something out because I ain't got nothing. Why you taking my rights away and giving her hers?
I mean, they could do some things in regards to giving a paternity test.
So what does Trump want to do? Trump wants to get rid of what?
He wanted to get rid of that program in his first term anyway.
Late term abortion, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
You talking about
get rid of late term? That means he wants to go first trimester. That's it.
All right, it's called a gender.
Well, the reason why they push it for that because their population is dwindling dramatically in the last 20 years.
Fine. So saying it's not the woman's decision no more. It's the state's decision.
I'm not fine with the state. You already know how I feel, and you know my militant ass. They ain't gonna tell me to do shit.
Exactly.
So, I've been locked up before behind the state shit.
And they're gonna go off of those egregious thoughts that Rudy just said of, oh, it's a rape, and then who are they to make that decision? They ain't had no ends on this.
No mortal man gonna tell me what to do with mine. I'm sorry.
On this baby, they ain't put nothing on it.
Nothing.
How the fuck can they make the decision? That makes no sense to me.
It never made sense to me.
See, that's what I would have asked Trump.
They're locking up. They at this present time are incarcerating people solely based on you are the father of that child. Money. And they never checked the blood.
My man, you speaking of a victim. You speaking to a victim of circumstance, but I learned to beat that system though.
It's money. That's the only reason why they come.
It's all about money.
It's about money.
It's about money. But
no, they want money. The state.
You gotta learn how to fight them though. You can't fight child support. You fight that they violated your constitutional rights. You don't fight the child support agency.
You remember that bridge down in Holly Springs in Georgia, man? It was a nice little bridge they put up, and they said paid for by the citizens that wanted to speed, right?
Nah.
So they said that their speeding tickets, the super speeders, paid for this bridge to be built, right?
Okay.
But you still paying to drive over this bridge by having a camera right after it. So where's that money going? Well, that camera ain't paying for that bridge. The bridge already built.
Yeah.
They want money, man. That's why they getting locked up. Because I'm making money when you get locked up.
Well, nobody should be paying no camera tickets in the first place.
Don't forget that jail is privatized now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They making money off of you.
It's big business.
You see what I'm saying? It's slavery. They making money off of you. You got a felony? Oh, you pulling in 4-5 bails a day, baby. I like that. He's a good slave.
They said that they coming out with this. They do. I think they did it in Florida. They started in Florida already, at certain prisons where this young lady she had I think 7, 8 years or 14 years, whatever. But they let her go with 7 or 8 months. But you had to pay like 5 cents a day or whatever. I forgot what it was.
They started in Chicago.
Even though she got released, she still had to pay. But put it this way, she owes $100,000 in room rent for being in prison. So you got rehabilitated, and then you gonna give me bad credit, so I can't get an apartment. I can't. It's almost like you doing this so I can go back to prison.
Do you know what recidivism is?
No, I can look it up.
That's what it says. Basically, the rate at which you return to jail. Okay. That's all they care about. They just want you back. They don't want
It's a revolving door. They want you to come back so the federal government keep paying them.
So they can continue to get the money, man. That's it.
That's it. Nothing else.
For profit. Again, I will say it again. People think it's so egregious. These states, these counties, these cities, they're all businesses. And none of them are non-profit. They're all for profit. They're businesses. Simple. We can look and bring emotion in it and say, oh, well, they wouldn't do that. They are a business, a for-profit business. Corporation.
Yep. You gotta know how to fight a corporation.
Why wouldn't they become non-profits?
Yep.
Why wouldn't they become non-profits? Which non-profits make money too, but it's not all about the money because the money goes back into the business. Why wouldn't they make themselves non-profits? Because they want to be able to pick and choose where that money go.
Yep.
They want to be in charge of that. And how many years is that? Since 1789, right? That's when they created the president of the United States, right?
Mm-hmm.
1789. It was this lowly general. They decided to call the first president in George Washington. All right. And in that time, since 1789, there has not been one. Well, there's only been one black man.
They claimed it was one before Washington, but
yeah, he's not documented.
He's not documented.
They hid it from us.
He's just a nigga. That's all.
See, again, we can only go based off of what you call a Western view. I can only go off of that because I have no proof against it. You
right.
So out of all of those years, not one was independent. 235 years. Not one independent president.
Well, the parties are designed for suppression and what benefits you at that point. Like I said, I've never seen in my 50 years of living where the Democratic Party benefited my people in any stance when I've looked throughout history. I just never seen it.
Mm-hmm. I
never read about it, anything.
What, that Democrats do anything for our people?
For our people.
I mean, so the gun law.
Other than gave us fucking keys that's hard to melt and shit.
That's one of the Democratic laws that I agree with. The gun laws. Now, I mean, listen, you should make it harder to get a gun. I agree.
I think if everybody had a gun, you would have less crime.
Yeah,
because you more like you ain't gonna pull no gun out in a neighborhood. You don't know if grandma up on that porch ain't got that Mossberg fan and shit.
Exactly.
That's right. That
criminal.
Democrats don't want people to. They definitely don't want black people to have no guns.
Yeah,
for real.
You pick and choose who you gonna go get, and you ain't gonna go get that nigga that just got out of jail, and you know he holding. You gonna pick the victim over here. It's easier that way. I can get in, get the money, and get out. It's easier that way. And now because the law says I can't have a gun, well, it never says that. So that's what Republicans are fighting, that they're trying to take guns away from you. They're not. They're not trying to take your Second Amendment. They just make it harder. You know what I'm saying? They just make it harder to get a gun. That's it. I can get a gun clear state if I want to. If I move to New York, people, you can't have a gun in New York.
I don't agree with a registry of guns and owners, because that's the same thing they did during World War II. And that's how Hitler was able to go to every household and round up everybody that owned firearms and put them in concentration camps. So why do you need a registry to know who owns a gun when I have the right of owning to bear arms?
Because
it didn't say
somebody killed somebody with that gun. I know.
Yeah, right. Plus, also too, you live in a country to where they have rules and regulations in the country. And,
but once
if in all actuality a person, whoever that may be, don't like those rules and regulations, they can do like Andre 3000. That song, Fly Away, Fly Away. You can get on a plane.
Yeah, I agree.
But see, like my man just said, he said rules. Okay, you had lawful, rules, regulate. All those words are different. They're not all the same. So nowhere in that Constitution does it say that I have to register a firearm.
I agree, it doesn't. But
You know,
have,
so what they try to do is add an addendum to it so that they can keep track of people. Now both parties going to agree on it. The Republicans and the Democrats going to both agree on it because that's just to keep the people from uprising against the government.
Well, I hear that too, but how do you control all these people with just that small government? It's got to be fear.
That government ain't that small if it's police in the world. You was in the military.
It's always the minority that runs the majority. Always.
Okay, and they're gonna run. They're gonna run things.
It's that 300 people that ran the other 60,000. You see
right.
What I'm saying? Always that way. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we need the 45th president back in power again.
So you want him to be the 53rd president, huh? I don't think it's gonna change nothing. But okay. I don't think
economy wise, yes, but it's gonna be some fuckery in the middle of it now because the views he have now, some of the views he coming up with now wasn't the same views he had when he first walked in office.
Well, he learned a little bit. Go look at Agenda 47. Agenda 47.
Come on, brother.
You said Agenda 47?
Agenda 47.
Pull it up.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about him, man.
So if possible that it does happen, then he's our commander in chief. Now we still ain't gonna talk about him. Every military man knows that you talk about your commander in chief, ex or currently serving. It's respect all day.
What happened?
Mm-hmm.
I said every soldier, currently employed a soldier or retired soldier respects the commander in chief.
Respects him.
Yes, it gives
no.
They
They
understand.
don't respect him. No way.
So you don't acknowledge him as the commander in chief. You don't acknowledge.
I don't have to respect you to listen to what your commands are.
Do you acknowledge him?
I have no choice but to acknowledge him. I'm in the military.
So so I mean, I acknowledge Sleeping Joe. I even acknowledge Barack. I do nothing for black people, Obama. But I mean, I acknowledge him.
He did do stuff for black people. He did.
Yeah, I know. He deported the black people.
Title of the show is called "Keeping It 100."
He deported.
He gave health care, made sure I was out of work, so I gotta depend on health care when I had a great PPO for the longest. Come on.
He deported a lot of people look like you and I out of the country.
Of course he did. And then would make it shameful.
A lot of black people that wasn't you that he helped.
Then he also
may not have helped you.
You talking about like Lil Wayne?
You can say he didn't help you. Lil Wayne wouldn't have voted for. Lil Wayne probably voted for Obama because he was black. That's it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I did the first time.
Lil Wayne should have voted the other guy. He should have voted for McCain.
I voted for what's saying because he was black too. And never again.
Just saying, bro.
Because I know
in the first primary, I voted for Hillary Clinton.
Oh no, I can't do it. I can't. Fuck Hillary. She's a piece of shit.
Obama. I did.
Hillary was so uppity. She didn't even want to call us niggas. She called us super predators. Come on now.
Well, I mean,
she called us super predators, man.
Talking about you though.
She was talking about us.
No, she wasn't. She was talking about the predators. Listen. So when what's the name came out with the song "I Don't Want No Scrub," was you mad about it?
No, but she ain't had no political power to send nobody to jail.
Hear me out. So if you wasn't mad about them coming out with the song "I Don't Want No Scrub," talking about men, why wasn't you mad?
Because it wasn't going to affect. It wasn't going to affect me far as me losing my freedom.
No, but
they got the right. If a woman got a right to choose whether she want to deal with me or not, that's fine.
When No Scrub came out, I had a car. I had my own shit.
Yep.
They wasn't talking about me. So why?
I wasn't no scrub.
Let me ask you this: at the time she said it, were there super predators on this states in the United States of America?
Of course, that's what they came up with the crime bill.
That's what she's talking about. Then.
Yeah, she. Any black person
are super predators. That's it.
All black. All black people. Just say you had three minor infractions. Yo, they was sending people to jail, man, for petty Annie shit, man, for 20 and 30 years.
What was a minor infraction?
Having a couple vials of crack, and you want to call
follow the rules, and you won't be a super predator.
Hold up. What I never understand, even Ronald Reagan was a piece of shit on this too. I'll go at Ronald Reagan. Reaganomics made a lot of money for people, but Reaganomics affected my community. You send my people to jail for crack cocaine and say it's refined. But powdered cocaine is refined from a fucking leaf. So it's refined. They both refined. It's just because one is added, you added something to it.
Exactly. That's the
make it make sense. Make it make sense.
That's what makes it illegal. My thing is this. So we say, all right, you know what? We know the president that sent the most black people to jail. He came out with the 3 strikes. That started with Reagan and then ended up with Clinton, right?
Right.
All right. How could we as black people have refuted that?
Well, they go back to Lyndon, like you was talking about earlier. Our people got so used on wanting fucking handouts. Like you said, Martin Luther King, people was all following Martin Luther King about this integration shit. Yo, we was better off segregated at the end of the day.
I agree. 100%. But we
had our own doctors and lawyers in our own neighborhoods, man.
Validation, man. We had our own banks. All of that.
And when they saw that it was profitable to go into the black community or corporations, come on now. They implemented that shit in the late 60s, man. By the time the 80s rolled around, man. Come on.
There were so many Black Wall Street situations in the country.
All over the country. It wasn't just Oklahoma.
Taken over.
Or just Oklahoma. You got that city that's buried underneath the water down there in Georgia.
Bank is now. Citizens Bank, same thing. All of that. I was in Virginia. So there were so many popping up all across the country. They realized we had to do something or they're going to take over this bitch. And that's where I think integration came from.
Integration ain't shit.
Is that if black people realize what they're doing to you, because they pulling the wood over your head, realize what they're doing to you and refute it. How can I get rid of 3 strikes? Don't get 1. I don't commit crimes. Don't commit it. Or at least don't get caught.
I agree. And some of us got caught up on the circumstances.
Huh?
Some of us got caught under circumstances bullshit. You know.
Yeah, but you knew they was going to do that, though.
Yeah.
You trusted that they was going to abide by the rules. And they didn't. Like we was talking to old boy today. He trusted that they was going to abide by them rules. And what they say, we can do that. We can go against our own laws. You know what I'm saying? We trusted them to be honest. And they don't have the capacity to. So that's on us. We knew better. You know a goddamn, if you see a raccoon at 3:00 in the afternoon, that nigga might have rabies.
Yeah, rabies. Yeah.
He might have rabies.
Right.
You don't go pet him. If he bites you and you get rabies, it's your fucking fault.
Yeah.
Your fault.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was a liar. And in our history, what has white women been? What have white women done to black men?
Kryptonite.
They lie on us.
Liars put their baloney lips on us
for the past 600 years.
And
we still trust them.
That's all women.
What are you doing? You still trust these people? They've been lying to you for over 600 years.
Athletes sitting up there in superstars mind, them crazy motherfuckers.
They
Fuck
bait
that.
you in. We ain't smart enough to figure this shit out and say, yeah, let me
Yo,
choose.
the biggest one to do the most buffoonery is Tiger Woods. I'm sorry. Because she
But
wasn't even good looking. She wasn't even good looking.
he wanted to be accepted so bad. You remember when Tiger Woods said he ain't black?
Yo, his father was dead, didn't it? His father wasn't living. His father wasn't living.
He was adamant.
No, your genealogy determined by your father. That nigga black.
I don't believe
is
that.
the blackest
I
motherfucker in the
don't believe that.
world.
Like I said again. So like I said again. So Meghan Markle is white then.
Yeah.
Meghan Markle. I don't know who her parents are.
Oh, white.
Yeah, they white.
Is her parents white or black?
Both of them.
You said both of them white?
No, her mother's dark skin and her father's white.
Then she's white. See, the problem with our society is we keep on emphasizing that white is purity. Your genealogy is determined by your father. So
me and my thought process, if you ain't got two black parents, you ain't white, you biracial.
You got to understand that they are a recessive gene. They're a derivative of us.
As long as
so when we start going back further,
if you walk up here and you come in our house and you got a white mother and a black father, you ain't black. Not to me. I got two black parents. You walking in with a white mom.
He just
white aunts. You got biological white aunts. Barack Obama had white aunt sisters walking up on the stage. Got the same blood in them he got in him.
The Duchess of Sussex. Even. I didn't know she was the Duchess. She was in the TV show Suits, right? Meghan Markle.
They don't have a flag on this joint. That's crazy.
No, I didn't know. I just noticed she looked like she got a tan to me, but
no, you can tell she white. She got some white in.
But just like the vice president, she's not black. I don't know why black women keep saying this bitch. Her father Asian. Her father Asian.
Of color.
Hell, that girl Sunny Holston, she not black.
At this point, they just want somebody that's not white.
We the biggest joke around the planet, man. Just think about it. We just a few years back we had an NAACP president who happened to be a white woman with a fucking tan because nobody did no background check.
And she did better than the last two people that was presidents.
Who?
That lady who perpetrated as being a black person. She
the one that she worked for that. Yeah, she worked for the NAACP.
Yep, and pull up her credentials.
What did she do?
How good she was.
What did she do?
She was better. I don't know what she did, but they said she did way better than the last two.
What's her name? I forgot.
Just because shit.
And it makes sense that she would run the NAACP because they're fucking crooks.
I agree. But hey, Darby. But I tell you when to be careful. My peoples that gave me that white truck. His wife worked for the NAACP, so I got to make sure I put you on point that you don't say nothing.
I got you. My bad.
No, you could.
I'll edit it out later. Not.
Oh no, I ain't worried about that shit. No.
You got somebody trying to do something for you. You up there walk that back.
If the NAACP send me some money, I'll take that shit out.
I have not seen that organization, even when Kwasi Fume was head of it. I don't know anything.
Kwasi Fume is
further back. I've never seen them do nothing.
Kwasi Fume a clown.
I questioned everything that they've ever done.
I sat at a repast. We went to a repast and everybody was congratulating Kwasi Fume. Everybody congratulating him and talking to him because he beat Kimberly Klessick, the girl that I voted for. And so they was asking all the questions or whatever, and he got to me. I was like this, dog. I was like this. Cody, I was like this. And he picked me, and I said, sir, can you answer a question for me? That $8 to $9 billion of federal funding that Baltimore City, not Maryland, Baltimore City receives every year. Where did it get spent at? He said, and his response was, young man, you can come to my office. We can talk. I said, I get that. I get that. But can you just elaborate? Or maybe can I help you? Was it spent on Greenmount Avenue? Was it spent on North Avenue? Was it spent on Pennsylvania Avenue? Was it spent on Emerson Avenue? Was it spent on Poplar Road? Was it spent on
Baker
Street?
those things?
Was it spent in the Junction?
You can't
was
spend
it spent
on
on Park
things.
Heights? Was it spent on
I have one question for you with that.
I'm listening.
Where are you going to get your money back? This is a business decision. Keep that in mind. Where are you going to get your return on investment?
Well I look at things, I look at it from different perspectives. I get it that crime is a business, and so you want to keep the revolving door to keep people in jail. But my thoughts is this: I know when you give somebody an opportunity and they do better, they start living. Like for instance, take somebody who live off of Greenmount Avenue or Emerson Avenue and give them like $200, $300 crib. They gonna probably tell you, "Hey man, put a coaster down there, man. You drinking?" Then they brand new now because they got better stuff.
Okay.
But as long as you deprive them, then they go to a roller park, running your pockets. They going down there at Federal Hill, running your pockets. They going down at Canton, running your pockets. So like I said again, I got nothing to lose.
How much does the state make from crime?
They make a ton of money.
All right, so why would I want you to stop it?
And I agree. And exactly. I agree with you. And I tell people the same thing. There's no way you get a person that come on television say, we doing what we to do to reduce crime. If you reduce crime, then you have no need for the police force.
Say that because they want you to vote for them.
You can
it's
find
about voting. That's why they tell you that. Listen, that's like you selling guns and you say, you know what? I don't want to sell guns no more. This is 90% of your income. And you say, nah, let's go ahead and do something about it because we care. They'll fire your ass in a heartbeat as the CEO. You're gone.
Yeah,
get them out of here.
Yeah.
When Tony Stark decided that he wasn't going to sell weapons no more because they were selling it to everybody, that was a conflict of interest. That was his emotion saying, "Don't sell it." What did the board do? Get rid of his ass.
Got rid of his ass.
We are a weapons company that don't sell weapons.
Sell weapons to everybody. Whoever got the money, they getting it.
Into the state. Probably a lucrative amount. They're not going to get rid of it. Drugs, they're going to keep letting that in because that infuses crime. And it ends up bringing you back to jail because they're making money on all ends of us. We killing people. We killing each other. More money. Thank you.
You gotta have the conflict. If you don't have conflict, I mean,
they ain't got no money made. They ain't making no money.
Ain't no money being produced.
They can't take that money and put it into Park Heights because where are they gonna get that money back from? That money gonna go off into oblivion. If you get knowing the black people you know, you give every black person you know $2 million. Where's our economy?
So they're gonna spend it back into the economy.
They're gonna spend that shit and give it right back to the white people.
Yeah.
That's why they started. That's why they said, you know what? How do we deal with the Indians? Oh, you know what? Let's give them Indian reservations. And what's the first thing they put on the Indian reservation?
Slot machines,
casino.
Yeah.
Get that money back. That's the biggest thing on every Indian reservation I've ever been on.
Yeah, same here. I've been to enough of them.
They put them all on the
throw their asses up with some crabs, though. That's crazy.
You get to the fucking big ass concert, big ass goddamn casino, taking their money back.
Now, Darby was talking about the drugs. One of the agendas on 47 proposal would be would impose the death penalty on drug dealers.
He lied to you
on drug dealers and human trafficking.
That's to get the vote. That's not going to happen. The Constitution ain't even going to allow you to do that.
So you're going to give me the death penalty, but if I kill somebody, I don't get that? That makes zero sense.
Yeah, it's not going to fly.
Bro, he ain't going to do that. He ain't stupid.
I'm going to tell the people what they want to hear. That's if it's going to make me win. So
I've been looking at Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah, Dolezal.
She ain't did shit, bro. She ain't did nothing for the community, bro. I'm sorry. I don't see nothing. She did hair. She was a hairstylist and she focused on weaves and braids. She did some black people hair. That's about it. She ain't did shit.
Talking about Shorty that cracked on the white girl.
Rachel Dolezal, the one with the curly hair that ran the she ran the chapter of the NAACP out there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I forgot her name, but I knew exactly what she did. She ain't do shit for the community. Obama did way more than her.
Obama ain't do shit, man. What he do, man?
Well, he lied to us. That's one.
He gave us help. He gave us health care that I got to use now because I'm broke.
Come on, well, you was broke, but other people ended up getting health care that couldn't get health care before.
Trump also suggests deploying.
He pulled us out of the recession, by the way.
The National
Guard. He also
Guard
pulled us out of the recession. Don't forget about that.
With high crime.
Come
on, clear Baltimore.
They injected $700 billion into an economy that was dead.
Oh, I know, because it affected my line of work. I was hauling them cars.
Yeah, well, there you go. Obama did something for you. Look at that.
So when Obama,
he also brought and took a staple Ford up in Detroit and revitalized them as a company. How many jobs did he bring in?
Well, Ford didn't take no money. Chevy and Chrysler did.
How many black companies? No. How many black the cast for Clunkers thing? How many black jobs did he bring back to Detroit? That's black people.
It's some, yeah, I agree. Brought back some back to Detroit. Detroit's still a ghost town, though.
Huh?
Yeah, Detroit's still a ghost town.
Still a ghost town.
Yeah, I worked out. They went bankrupt too.
They went bankrupt
right before he became president.
Flint went definitely bankrupt, but a lot of the cars was being assembled across the Ambassador Bridge there over in Canada.
Well, I get it. That's fine. Was black people working there?
That part I don't know, bro.
Was they about to not have jobs though? Because they was about to shut all of that down.
Well, most of the stuff in Detroit is shut down.
Yeah, but it's mostly black people. 91% blacks
in Detroit. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Now you go down to Toledo.
Workers with black people.
You go down to Toledo where Chrysler is at. I didn't see a lot of black people there.
Yeah, well,
Toledo, that's what I used to pick up Jeeps. Anything that was Jeep or anything Dodge, that's what I was picking up there.
York, PA is completely different from Sparks, Maryland. What's the difference between Sparks, Maryland, and York, PA? A major
York
difference.
Gotta be completely back now.
Probably, yeah. But I'm saying in history, what is the difference between Sparks, Maryland, and York, PA? They're both about 14 miles from the border, right?
Yeah.
So what's the difference between them two towns when it comes to black people?
Oh, I don't know. Educate me on that one.
One had slavery and one didn't. Mason-Dixon line right there.
Right, Mason-Dixon line right there.
Line right there. They never had slaves in York, PA. Sparks, Maryland did. You know what I mean? It's just it's a fine line, is what I'm saying about town. Shit. The difference between Detroit and what'd you say right there in Ohio? It's a big difference, bro.
Right.
Make a difference. You know what I'm saying? In the city. I know that Detroit last time I checked was like 91% black people. That's fucking
that's all I seen was the vacants and everything. It's mostly black people. I agree.
Yeah, but again, he helped that city revitalize the what's the name? The clean power plan. Same thing. It's a lot of shit he did for black people. Did it affect every black person equally? No, definitely not. But as a whole, as a black people, he did as much as he could. Keep in mind, like I told people before, the presidency of the United States ain't as powerful as you think they are.
No, but all right. In retrospect, he is for their agenda because he comes from their lineage. So talking about Obama. Talking about Obama.
You mean
he is the richest president. He is the richest president in American history because of his inheritance from his daddy. Mm-hmm. So when it came for him to leave office, why didn't he make an executive decision like Trump did? Trump said, fucked the Democrats and the Republicans in the last hour of office, and he released more prisoners than any president in history.
He also refused to leave the White House.
He refused. I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say that.
He did some crazy shit too.
He did that shit on purpose, man. You already know, man.
Why
he did it on purpose.
Because he tried to
did it on purpose.
The election, right?
Because I don't declare Trump a Republican or Democrat because he doesn't change affiliations 5 times.
He has, and he even said back in the 80s that he could be the president of the United States easily. It's an easy job.
Easily. He had the charisma, the finesse.
I'm not 100% against Trump. No, he's not the worst president we've ever had. He's not.
He's the best. He was the best to walk in that office. He was the best to walk in that office since this nation has been born. I'm gonna have to put him up there.
I disagree.
He bopped in there too. He bopped in there.
Who else was better than him?
I mean, I would put the first 5 presidents of the United States above all of them.
Come on, Lincoln.
I can't do it. Clinton was a piece of shit.
No. The first 5 presidents of the United States.
Like Lincoln. Lincoln.
No, he going back to Washington, Jefferson,
Adams.
Adams was the second.
Adams and his son. Huh?
You're not gonna put Lincoln out there.
Lincoln, no, he not.
No, Lincoln was the piece of shit, man.
What did Lincoln do?
Lincoln was a piece of shit.
I guarantee you, when he signed the Emancipation Proclamation, a slave went and got the ink for him.
Okay. I mean, he also indicated that we weren't going to be in his book. He also indicated memoirs, whatever you want to call it, that blacks were not going to be treated right, and that if you want, we give you free passage to go back. Some I forgot how many free. Matter of fact, I can pull it up.
When it comes to black people and veterans, I'm on Lincoln's side 100%.
They left and went to
because Lincoln gave us the 40 acres and a mule.
What's that place called?
Lincoln went back to 40 acres and a mule.
Mm-hmm.
But then they took it away. Took it away real quick. After he got killed, they took it away.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, but he gave us that. And when it comes to veterans, the VA is based off of everything that Lincoln stood for. So yeah, great job, Lincoln. But we talking about for the country as a whole.
Yeah, he didn't free slaves because he felt sorry for them. He freed the slaves because the North ass was getting kicked in textiles from all the free labor of the South. That's the only reason why he wanted to abolish slavery.
South had more money.
South had that bread, and they was making money off of that free labor. You couldn't compete. You could not compete.
Genius idea. They man, these motherfuckers were shitting money. Wars cost money, so it makes sense that the person with more money would win the war. The South had more money, and they had backing from the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
They had backing from the Queen because she wanted us to tear each other apart so she could send Britain back over here and sweep up the mess and take back this fucking land. So they already had all that they needed to win. But it was so many fucking slaves. They never thought of it. Oh shit, these slaves is on their side. Oh shit. That's what they want.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was it? February the 6th, 1820. The first group of formerly enslaved people in the United States to resettle in Africa departed from New York.
1820.
So Lincoln said something about, and that's why Liberia got established. See, Liberia has the flag.
Lincoln was the 16th president, right?
With one star in it. He got one star.
Lincoln wasn't the president until 1861, bro.
We getting dates mixed up?
Yeah. You said 1820. 1820 is 40 years before Lincoln was president.
That's 40. That's 40 years before Lincoln.
You might be right. 1 second, let me see.
The 1820 is way back in like James Monroe, like the fourth president. James Madison, I meant.
James Madison.
Madison was the fourth president, right? I also you had Lincoln. No, you had Washington. Then you had John Adams, and then you had
Jefferson. I forgot what Grant was.
And then James Monroe, and then it was John Quincy Adams, which is John Adams' son. They were lawyers, all of them, all five of them. And then Andrew Jackson. I can't remember. I can't even name the first 10 presidents no more. What the fuck? Van Buren. Van Buren was the president right before the Civil War started. And then I forgot the ninth guy. But I know John Tyler was number 10. And then Lincoln went until like 15 or 16. But I know it was Van Buren and his running mate, John Calhoun, which is the reason pretty much was when the talks of the Civil War started, because Calhoun was big on the South. He was big on the South, and Van Buren was such a pussy. He didn't want to go to war. So I know that. But once Van Buren came out, it was like, okay, Calhoun went to the South, and that he ended up being basically the president of the South.
I think he was the first. Well, he was the first president of the South. Yeah.
So
they declared themselves a separate nation.
Exactly. I'm gonna look it up. I think yeah. Pretty sure. Yeah, Abraham Lincoln was Abraham Lincoln was 21 years old in the 1820. Yeah, he became the president in 1861 to 1865. 19, and obviously, yeah, right at the end of his fucking listening. That's crazy. But again,
Well, we didn't know we was free any damn way. They were smuggling slaves down to Cuba.
They told some people they was free.
Oh yeah.
So technically, I'm lying. There was a president that wasn't that was independent. And that'd be George Washington. Old Honest Abe. He didn't have a party. George Washington didn't have a party.
You know what? I never heard of anybody distinguishing that.
He didn't have a party. He was a general.
He was a general. That at that time, the political parties wasn't established at that time, was it?
They didn't have none.
Right.
He started politics basically. He had spies, all kinds of shit. He was a general. He had spies. Yeah, he started politics basically. There you go. Because the Whig Party was the next party. Well, Federalists, which is more like, I guess, what we want to be. And then you had Democratic Republican. Yeah,
Democratic Republican. That just lost me there.
Thomas Jefferson would have been the first Democratic Republican. So that would be, now we call it Republican.
Well, he was a slave owner himself.
He was definitely he was the slave owner.
Last name Jefferson. Shit.
A whole lot of goddamn black people out here.
Yeah.
That got those claims. God damn it. That nigga was the slave owner.
Yeah, he was fucking them slaves.
Yeah, he was.
He ain't give a fuck.
That's crazy. So the first Democratic president was Andrew Jackson.
I can believe that
Yeah.
because, like I said, the South never went anywhere, and the North didn't went anywhere. They just evolved, just like slavery evolved. You know, it's no more chain and ball and whip. You got different ways of slavery. This penal system, this social system that we got, it's all embedded with slavery written all across it.
Mm-hmm.
But most people, they thinking they living in blissfulness and stuff for some goddamn reason, and don't realize, end of the day, you still a slave, whether you believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, you got people who look forward to certain things when they. I mean, my mother is one of them. You know, so happy, like yes, she had the bank clapping her hand, paid off her mortgage and whatever, and then you're gonna get hit with taxes that you got to pay every month.
You never own nothing,
or you gonna lose that house.
Yeah.
Right. You never own it, and you know it's no such thing as absolute in this country where you absolutely own property. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. You paying taxes on it.
You can it's real property.
It's no absolute. Look up the definition of the word mortgage, and you'll definitely understand it.
Well, I know mortgage is a scam, but
it's like all of it is a scam. You pay taxes on. You got to pay taxes for the rest of your life on something that you supposedly paid for. Let your ass miss out on paying the tax. What the first thing they're going to try to do? Take your shit, auction your shit off.
personal property, you can own personal property.
If you can show me that, I ain't got no problem believing you, bro. You gonna pay taxes on every and everything in this country. I forgot the term of it. It's a term for what you're talking about there. With banking, with dealing with the word absolute.
Yeah.
Is it absolute surety? No, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. But it's nowhere in our society where you can get away with that. It's nowhere. This society we live in is well crafted to keep you forever locked in this circle of how the economy rolls. It's there. It's not the only way they escape it. Like you said, you have to be off the grid completely, living in the wilderness and shit, man. And don't let them find out you built some little fucking community somewhere. Oh, they coming. Just like they did them people in Texas. They coming.
Yeah.
They are coming. Because you can live off the grid. You live in a nice little stream. You can hook up your own generator, run your own electricity and all that shit. They don't want you doing that. You got places that got well water, man. They don't even want you drilling for the goddamn well water now.
Yeah, that's why it's so expensive.
They know what they doing. They definitely know what you're doing. Some of these old neighborhoods, they be wishing them old neighborhoods was gone, or try to buy them up and then tear them down. Like then where Joe live at, James. Ain't no sewer system or nothing there. Basically, them houses, they got well water.
Yeah, I know.
Our government's so diabolical, they're pausing the water just like they did that shit up in Flint.
Yeah.
Man, how the hell you got bad water for what, almost 20 years in the city? Come on, man.
Well, I mean, that was under Obama too, by the way.
Yeah, made sure them people had some good ass Deer Park water, huh?
He lied out there talking about, yeah, this water's good. You ain't drinking that water.
Shit, that nigga had Deer Park and they pulled that shit in there. He knew he did the switcheroo, man. Shit. You ain't never hear him talking about import me some of that Flint water.
You can't even find that video no more. You can't find that video.
Hell no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say no stupid shit like Obama was a saint and no, I don't. But he was a good president, bro. I thought
I voted for him the first time
because
because
he
my
brought us out
stupid,
of the fucking
my
recession.
blackness told me to do that dumb
He
shit.
brought us out of the recession, bro.
Me too.
The economy was about to die after Bush.
Yeah.
To me,
Of
Bush
course,
was the
well,
worst.
when the auto industry took a hit, which represents what shit, the auto industry represent over what 60% of the workforce in this country, and
Yeah.
that means from vendors who make seat belts to stitching the seats and all that. Man, it affected me hard because I was out there hauling them cars back then. Man, I came to Georgia. Diesel prices back then, man, $5 and $6 a gallon.
When they went up,
Early 2000s.
50 cents for fucking diesel.
Early 2000. I said, good God almighty.
Have you ever watched a movie called Too Big to Fail?
Too Big to Fail.
Y'all should check that movie out. That movie got your boy Warren Buffett in it. And the government and other companies is calling Warren Buffett all day, every day, trying to find out what the fuck to do. The economy is about to fall. Lehman Brothers, they looking for somebody to back them, and AIG came in, they went bankrupt. Jesus Christ, what do we do? Barclays came in, and that's when they started to be a part of the banking system in America. That's a European bank. They needed help, and at the end of the day, nobody helped Lehman Brothers because they blamed them for starting it.
Right.
Brothers owned 64% or more of all the loans from Freddie Mac and Sally Mae.
Oh yeah, when you talking about when the housing market took a plummet.
Yeah, they when they fell. I mean, Freddie Mac and Sally Mae would never have fallen because it's a government company.
Right.
They're government companies. They're going to get bailed out. But Lehman Brothers owned those loans. Lehman Brothers owned those loans. And when they made a run on Lehman Brothers, they couldn't pay them loans. AIG couldn't pay them because they held the insurance on 60% of their loans.
Right.
AIG went dead. The government bank, they backed AIG because they weren't at fault of that. All they did was give the motherfuckers insurance. But because they were shiesty and they wouldn't drop their real estate faction, which they told them, let go of real estate and you guys will be all right. But they ain't listen. That CEO decided he wanted to keep that shit and they went under because of it. And that's why the government didn't bail them out. But because of that, everybody did a run on all banks. And everybody took their money out of the banks. But
oh, yeah.
What do you think happened to that fifth person that went into the bank to get his money? What do you think they told?
There ain't enough money here for you to get your shit.
We ain't got no money. Sorry. Your money gone. Oh, that house loan you had? Yeah, you don't own that house no more. You still owe that money, but you don't own that house no more. Matter of fact, this cutthroat goddamn real estate agent about to come scoop your shit up and put you out.
Yeah, people was upside down in their mortgages like crazy. I don't even know why. I don't know why they was signing for the highest interest rates in the first place. Talking about I refinance it later, man. Fuck that.
That's what they thought because they thought that it was gonna run forever. So because of that, the economy fell to an all-time low.
Oh yeah,
all-time low. Even worse than the goddamn Great Depression.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But who brought us out of that?
Man.
Super Obama.
We got two
Super
game
Obama
moves.
saved us, man.
All he did was printing some goddamn money, man. That's all Obama did.
Put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
You put a Band-Aid on it, it's gonna start gushing again. But I'll tell you what, if you watch this movie, those 10 banks won't be the ones that go out of business. Bank of America, Wachovia, all them businesses, them banks will never go nowhere.
Oh yeah, chasing them, they never going under.
Never going nowhere. JP Morgan Chase will never go under. They too big to fail. They gave them out of that $700 billion that they gave to them banks to jumpstart. You know what they were supposed to do, right? They were supposed to cut all of their fucking necessities on their bank loans. They were supposed to say, all right, well, we're going to go ahead and start accepting credit scores of 525 as opposed to 650 for a house loan. We're gonna give the people a chance to get their houses back and get loans. And you know what Bank of America did? Kick rocks. We ain't lowering shit. We still need to have a 650 to get a bank loan. We just
Right.
keep money and hold it. And now we too big to fail. Now the government can't even shut them down.
Man, lost again.
Huh?
Nah, we lost
Goddamn
again.
Orioles lost again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2-game losing streak. 2-game losing streak.
But like I said, man,
Shouldn't lose no Cubs, man.
I think this is enough for 2 different shows, man.
Oh yeah.
Thing and half, man. And,
Yeah, I definitely like it. This is my first time doing something like this.
yeah, man. It's awesome, man.
I'm sorry, Philip.
Yeah, I really appreciate y'all coming through, man. This was awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah, we got to get up and we all get together and talk on how we can plan this to do it. We can do it better too. I mean, we got good conversation skills and topics that we talk about and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So eventually it's gonna get out there.
I agree with y'all, man. I thank y'all for coming in, man. I really do. If I can get rich, I'll make y'all rich too, man.
I appreciate being here. Be
It's
more
gonna
rude
happen
all day.
Yeah. All right, bro. I'll holler at y'all later.
I'll be on the
y'all
next
be safe
episode.
out there, man. Holla.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. We really appreciate it. Hey, man. Listen, I'm super excited. I'm happy that we got this thing going. We're going to keep going this thing, man. Getting stronger and stronger. Getting our points across and keeping it 100, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Deuces.